What's going on, guys? Today we've got both of these bands. On my left we've got the Realme Band in that signature yellow box, and in my right hand we've got the Huawei Band 4 Pro. There is a vast price difference between these two bands. The Realme Band is $24.99 compared to the Huawei Band 4 Pro, which is $59.99. So I'm hoping that obviously the Band 4 Pro should be a lot better than the Realme Band, but I guess we'll see, you never know. Realme do seem to somehow get incredibly high spec devices at extremely low prices, so that's exactly what this video is about. But yeah, straight off the bat, what I will say is the boxes feel completely different weights. The Band 4 Pro really has a heavier weight to it compared to the Realme Band, which is a little bit lighter. But I do prefer the obviously yellow box, as I said in practically every video I do about Realme, that I really like their signature yellow. So yeah, on the outside of the boxes you can see that they are fairly similar. You've got the bands on the front there with the Huawei and Realme branding. On the back you've got some specs, and yeah, that's basically all around. We've already done an unboxing of this Realme Band, so if you want to see that, that'll be linked in the description below. You can check that out right now, and you can also buy both of these products on eFones.com if you want to. They'll both be linked in the description below, where you can buy them straight away. So we're not going to do an unboxing, we're literally just going to do a comparison between both of these products. So let's open these up. Now I will say as I'm opening these that the Huawei Band 4 Pro does have a little bit more of a premium feel to it, especially just even the unboxing feels a bit more premium than the Realme Band, but I guess that's what you get for, over double the price. So in my right hand we have the Huawei Band 4 Pro, and in my left hand we've got the Realme Band here. So they look very similar in style, and as you spin them around you'll be able to see that they're that typical band shape and band size. There isn't much variation you can do in regards to a band. So if I undo these straps real quick, we can have a look at the little sensor on the back. You can see here that they are very similar in style. There's sort of three parts here, two sensors and a sensor in the middle. And on the Huawei Band 4, it's a very similar story, although the sensors are slightly bigger, I'd say, on the Band 4. What you will notice with the Band 4 Pro is that there's a charging port at the bottom here, compared to the Realme, where the charging port is built into the actual arm of the device. But what I mean by that is that you have to remove this piece here, this strap, and you pull it off. You can't be afraid to use a bit of force, and then you charge it. I've actually removed the wrong side there, but I'll do that again. You can pull it off, and there you can see the USB port there, and you literally just plug it into any USB port that you want and it will charge it straight away. Off that you plug it into the wall, plug it into a laptop. It's very easy, and it's cableless. There's no cables hanging about and there's no fiddling around with it. You just plug it into any USB port, whereas the Band 4 you need to use the mount that comes in the box with it. Now, quality wise, they do feel relatively similar, I'd say. I would say that the plastic on the Band 4 feels a little bit more stretchy, a little bit more bendy maybe, and I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily say the quality's better. I'd just say that the bands just feel a little bit different. I know this is silicon band on the Band 4 Pro, so very high quality, sweat resistant, all that. So yeah, but they are interchangeable. Both of them on both devices are interchangeable bands. If they for some reason break or you decide to change them, you can interchange both of them, obviously with the right branded ones. Style wise, very similar. I would say that the Huawei Band looks a little bit better in my opinion. It's also got this brushed metal outside piece here, which just looks a little bit better. If I pull this sticker off this Realme Band, it should be able to get a better look. Now, I have already powered on this Realme Band. As I said, we've just shot a video for the Realme Band. If you want to see that, it'll be linked in the description. But yeah, you can just see this bezel here, and it's very bright. It's very, very bright and very good looking. I would just say, in my personal opinion, that the Huawei Band looks better. So I'll turn this on so we can do a fair side by side. So to power this Huawei Band 4 Pro, and you have to put it on this little pad, as I said. Similar story with the Realme, you just have to plug it in and it starts powering up, connecting. But what the band will do is search for some sort of device. Now, I have already connected this to a Realme X3 Super Zoom that I have next to me. So the Realme band's fine, but I need to connect the Huawei Band 4 really quick to a Huawei phone. Now we're using an Honor 9A. We have already done a video on this and you'll be able to see that. This is an unreleased version, so we've got a not for sale one. You want to see that video, it'll also be linked in the description. We've already installed the Huawei Health app, so I'll just quickly load that up and we can connect the device to it. So I've got the X3 Super Zoom here on my left paired with the Realme Band, and I've got the Honor 9A paired with the Huawei Band 4 Pro. So basically, they've both got their own apps, so it's very similar in that way. You can track practically the same things on the apps. You've got your exercising, your heart rate. The Huawei Band does have an oxygen scanner, so you can do that. So they're very similar. Track your sleep, running, exercise, and all that sort of stuff. So basically, the only reason I had this out was to say that, you know, they've both got similar apps. You've got the Realme Link app, which has health functionality. You've got the Huawei Health app, which you can manage all your health sort of stuff and link to your bands. So it's very similar in that sense, and they both have mobile functionality. Now, you will need to pair either devices to another device in order to get them working. You can't just sort of pick them up and they just start working off the bat. You will need to pair it with something. So we have gone ahead and done that, and you can see here that they're both connected to, you know, their respective devices. So as scrolling through, you'll be able to see there is a running functionality here, heart rate sensor. The Realme Band has a cricket mode, which the Huawei Band 4 does not have, and a yoga mode as well. A running mode, which the Huawei Band 4 does have. A stopwatch, again, they both have that, and a find phone feature here. Scrolling through what the Band 4 Pro has, it's got a sleep sensor there, workout mode, messages, and there's a more option, but you can also control your music in there. So a lot more functionality, in my opinion, more broad functionality in the Band 4 Pro. There's some specific functionality in the Realme Band there that you can do, such as yoga and cricket mode, whereas the Band 4 Pro has a blanket workout mode, which you can specify what sort of workouts you're doing in there and customize that within your Huawei Health app. So a little bit more functionality out the Band 4 Pro there, but you are again paying that slightly higher price, so that's to be expected, I would say. But on the whole, for everyday day-to-day use, I would say for the majority of the time, both functionalities are very similar. For example, you're mainly going to be using this for walking and running, I imagine, and other sports where you're tracking your movement and calories, and both of those can do exactly the same thing, and you can track your movement there on both of these and track your calorie loss on both of these, as well as timing your workouts. So in that sense, for the more generic sort of stuff, they both manage to do the same amount there. What I will do now is pop them both on to see if we can get a similar heart rate measure. Now, this won't be able to prove which one's more accurate. It will just be able to prove whether or not they are the same. So if it comes back the same heart rate, I guess they're both accurate. If they're different, then I won't know which one to trust. While I'm slipping these on, something to note, the Realme Band is IP68, so water and dust proof, and the Huawei Band 4 Pro is 50 meters water resistant, so you can do stuff like swimming around in it, sort of in shallow water, but you know, you can't take it scuba diving, for example. So yeah, we'll navigate over to the heart rate scanner. So on the Realme Band, it's got me at 68 beats per minute, and the Huawei Band is quickly measuring. So we'll see, 62 now. So there is a slight difference there in BPM. I'm not sure whether or not that's a difference in wrist or just a complete difference in tracker. But yeah, as I hold these on for a little bit longer, you can see that they're both going down to around the same amount. So you've got 66 there, 67, so it's very similar, both 67 now. So actually, you know, as you leave them on, let them sort of calculate, it's very similar, and I imagine the BPM sensors are practically the same. So there you go. They both use Bluetooth 4.2 to connect, so similar in that sense. The screen on the Band 4 Pro is an AMOLED display, so a lot brighter, and you can actually notice that if you have them side by side, the colors are a lot deeper on the Huawei Band 4 in comparison to the Realme Band there. But again, the higher price does allow for that. The Realme Band comes in black, green, and yellow, whereas the Huawei Band comes in black, gold, and red. So different colors. And also the battery size varies, with 90 milliamp hours on the Realme Band in comparison to 100 milliamp hours on the Huawei Band 4 Pro. So you can get a little bit more time and a little bit more battery power out of the Band 4 Pro, and it should last you a little bit longer. And you can't really feel that because the Huawei Band 4 Pro weighs 25 grams compared to 20 grams on the Realme Band. I did mention that at the beginning that the Realme Band felt lighter, and they are actually different in weight, the Band 4 Pro being 5 grams heavier than the Realme Band. That's about it for today's video. We are thinking about doing a side-by-side test, getting me out, doing some running, doing some exercising, and see how accurate these devices actually are, and also seeing how far we can get these functionalities to work. So, pushing the limits and see which functionalities we actually use and which ones are just there for show. If you want to see that video, please let us know in the comments below and we'll be sure to record that. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe. If you've got any questions about either of these bands, make sure to leave it in the comments below and we'll be sure to answer you. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.